Welcome everybody. I'm very excited to share some of the best practices we have found across AWS Marketplace, how to scale your conversion rate from customers. I'm Salvador. I'm the product lead for the buyer experience on AWS Marketplace, and I'm very excited to be here with you. So what's all about? Today, we have millions and millions of visitors coming to AWS Marketplace every year. These customers are looking for solutions. And today, these customers need help to make sure that they can reach that solution much faster. So what's the opportunity for you? The opportunity is to create conversations with those millions of customers that need help. Today, I want to talk to you about how building on product-led growth strategies can help you reach to those customers in a scalable way. Why you should be investing in product-led growth? Number one, it will provide you a shorter sales cycle. Second, it will lower your customer acquisition cost so you can scale to more customers profitably. And third, it will provide a better customer experience for those customers who need software and need it fast. So how does all work? So today, a lot of sellers on marketplaces are mastering the private offer business. They get their leads and they're able to scale really well with a lot of those customers. Now, it reaches a point where those millions of customers who need help cannot get that dedicated attention. So what we're trying to help you is how can you reach a lot of those customers in a self-service way that could also become your future pipeline for your private offer business. So how do we approach this? Well, we approach it in 4 ways. Number one, improving the product discovery of your listings. Number 2 is facilitating how customers evaluate those products. Number 3 is providing the right pricing options so that they can subscribe easily. And number 4, ensuring that they can procure in a seamless way. So let's start with discovery. Today, customers spend anywhere from 3 to 6 months evaluating what options of products they can buy. This is very inefficient, and we believe we can do better for customers. But for that, we need to partner together. So what are the areas that we can do better? Number 1 is ensuring that your products are discoverable and that customers can go to any external search engine and actually find your product easily on Marketplace. Today, external search engines are the largest source of traffic into AWS Marketplace. Now, there's 2 caveats I want to explain here. Number 1 is 95% of the clicks originate from the first page of that external search engine. And number 2, majority of those clicks go directly to your product detail page. So that means that the product detail page is the first and the last page customers are going to see before subscribing. So how do we help them? Well, first is we need to make sure that in order to be better ranked in external search engines, that you have clarity on what are the keywords your customers are going to connect better with. Number 2, make sure that your product listing has those keywords in each section of the page. And don't worry about repeating those keywords throughout, because actually it's going to help you. And number 3, ensuring that you add backlinks to your product so that the depth of the indexing from the external search engine is broader. Now, once you have done that, customers come ideally to Marketplace. They also have an option to search for products on Marketplace. And today, we know that the top 5 search results capture the large majority of clicks on the page. What are the things that you can do to improve that? Well, search indexes according to 6 parameters on the page itself: the product title, the vendor name, the keywords, the highlight section, the short and the long description on the page itself. So what can you do? Know your customer and know what keywords are available. Number 2, keep it short and concise so customers can easily understand what your product is about. Number 3, repeat those keywords. And number 4, what is extremely important, is ensure that you're leveraging the features of Marketplace, such as free trials, vendor insights, a standard contract, because that's going to help you not just get more discoverability with badging, but also ensuring that customers can leverage the search filters. For example, as a customer, if I only want to transact on a standard contract, which we'll cover in a second, I can go to Marketplace and filter only products who offer that standard contract. Now, customers already found you. That's great. How do we convince them to convert? This is the key for it. As some of you might notice, our product detail page has completely changed. We introduced a new version of it earlier this year, and we have witnessed a strong growth in conversion from every customer segment. from startups all the way to enterprises. Now, what are the key things that we have to do here? Number one is ensuring we have media available, rich content into your product detail pages. We are about to roll out a self-service way to do this. Today you can do this on a manual or in a one-hour way. Second, make sure you invest into use cases which are not going to only be portrayed on your product detail pages, but also on the homepage, and we're happy to partner with you on developing those. And number three, ensuring that your pricing options are clear. We'll cover this in a second. Now, what's in your power is to manage your listing, manage the content that is there, the self-service content, and the features that you are going to be able to explore. Some of those features were launched earlier this year, where customers can come to your product detail page and request a demo for your product or request a private offer. This has been a game changer on how customers interact with your products, not only because of immediate conversion, but also on the ways that customers are able to be contacted as a potential lead from any of the sellers on Marketplace. The way it works is simple. A customer can come, they can click requesting a demo or requesting a private offer, they fill up a very brief information, and from there we have a team in place that's going to contact them and share what the use cases are about, and vetting those leads, and share those leads back to you through ACE, AWS Customer Engagement Portal, so that you can act on those leads. This has strongly changed how customers do business on Marketplace, and we have witnessed extreme growth from the amount not only of sellers that are offering this, but how customers and more leads are being published back to you. Another example of what we have done is we have introduced, and this is fresh like news from last week, we have introduced a generative AI-powered comparisons. What is that? We know that our subscribing customers visit anywhere from 3 to 5 product detail pages before converting. So we thought, how about if we make this process easier? How about if we help them compare in a way that they have all the information at their fingertips and that they are able to export that information anywhere? So with that, we were able to deliver a faster sales cycle, expand the customer reach for customers, and now can see more products on that pages and enhance the conversion rate, as I was mentioning. How can you influence that? You can influence that by ensuring that the information on your product detail page is up to date, and also ensuring that parts of the experience which is coming from third-party partners like G2 is actually up to date on their websites. Let me show you how it looks. As a customer, I can come and see what's the popularity of that specific product. I can see, for example, how they rank in a specific category, and I can see how popular they are, if they're a new seller, new product, so on and so forth. I then get a review sentiment analysis where, powered by AI, I'll be able to summarize hundreds of reviews, which is going to output to me what are the reviews that matter in terms of ease of use, functionality, so on and so forth, which is actually going to make it even easier for me as a customer to navigate all that content. Third, I'm actually summarizing the information that you provide on your product detail pages to the customer. And fourth, we're also surfacing key features that remove procurement friction, like vendor insights, a standard contract, so customers can easily compare what products offer standard contract versus not, and so on. This has been a critical game changer for customers, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive, not just in the numbers of conversion that we have seen, but also on how delighted they are with this new experience. This is an example how the review sentiment analysis of the reviews that we pull in from G2, which is a key partner for us, and we are able to summarize this according to several features. And as a customer, you can actually navigate specifically on what parts of it are actually going to be relevant to you. Now, the customer has discovered you. They have already evaluated if you're the right use case for them. How do we move to the next best action and close the deal? Well, let me share a couple of points in here. From a pricing perspective, what we have observed that works best is when sellers offer free trials to customers and remove barriers of entry to the product. Then customers ideally want to, when applicable, make sure that they can navigate to a consumption-based pricing offer, because they want to evolve their commitment to the product as they see use of it, and they're navigating to a more of like a contract-based type of agreement. This evolution has the highest conversion rate for customers on Marketplace. I'll repeat that. this type of evolution has the highest conversion rate for customers on Marketplace. Now, how do we transition customers through this funnel? Well, 94% of customers have told us that free trials are important, but it's actually 25% of customers have told us that if a product does not have a free trial, they're not going to procure it. 25% of customers will not buy your product if there's no free trial. And by the way, the large majority of products today on Marketplace do not have free trials. So we need to partner on ensuring that more and more can be offered. And you can offer free trials both on consumption-based pricing or through a contract. Now, what we have observed is that there's 3 times more conversion when you move customers from free trials into a pay-as-you-go type of consumption-based pricing than if you move customers from a free trial to a contract. That's why we're encouraging that gradual approach into how you get customers with deeper relationships with you. This will also accelerate the procurement journey to faster procurement cycles so that you can also capitalize on those customer wins. Now that the customer decided on what product to buy, what options do I have available, and what's the best one, what pricing option is available, they want to move into how do I procure this, right? At a high level, there's 2 ways that customers can go about this: through self-service motions or through private offer motions. What we are seeing is a massive trend change on the profile of customers who make decisions on what software to buy. Today, majority of the decision makers are millennials that ideally don't want to interact with a salesperson through that funnel. And that's why we want to provide 2 options. Option 1, where they can move through the funnel in a complete self-service way. Option 2, helping sales teams within sellers to be able to scale to more customers in a profitable way. So as part of that process, there's 2 big hurdles on it. Number 1 is the security review of the product, and we have a feature called Vendor Insights that facilitates that part. Second, it's the legal review process of how customers are going to get to that purchase decision and what type of what type of agreement they need to arrange with the seller to move forward. For that, we have a standard contract. Now, let's just start with Vendor Insights. Today, Vendor Insights, or the part of vendor assessment risk, actually delays procurement anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. So how do we help that? Well, we created Vendor Insights, which is really a dashboard that facilitates the security profile that you have as a vendor, and you can share this with a customer. This ideally can actually cut down those 8 to 10 weeks into a few days that customers will take into actually materializing this. And you can share not only like self-attested answers from you, but also any type of certifications and any other type of auditing process that you have with AWS. This is very critical, for example, for public sector customers, as they look for FedRAMP type of certifications and so on and so forth. So I would really encourage you to leverage this feature so actually you can enhance the discoverability with search filters and badging through that purchasing funnel that we just talked about. And last but not least, ensuring that you leverage a standard contract. How a standard contract was born, it was many years ago when we got 30 customers and sellers in a room, and we actually tried to create a standard template where customers can start their negotiation process, and they don't have to reinvent the wheel every time that they want to have a new contract in place. So think about it as a core template that you can leverage as a customer to then have specific add-ons as you see fit, but you don't have to reinvent that whole process, right? What we have seen from specific customers have told us that when a seller offers a standard contract for Marketplace and the buyer agrees to it, their procurement cycle decreases by 80%. And this is just because there's no back and forth between customer and seller. So when applicable, we highly encourage you to offer it and ensure that your customers know about it. Now, the last thing I would say in specifically with the standard contract is today, even if a lot of sellers offer it, not all the products that sellers offer a standard contract. And customers are not aware of it. So the more we can do to facilitate that type of engagement, the better. Now with this, I just want to close, say a big thank you. I have published here some session resources that you can take and you can read later. And please, would really appreciate if you can go into the mobile app to provide feedback on the survey. I'm going to be available for any questions that you have after this session. And I'm looking forward to build together on Marketplace and get more customers to engage with you as a seller. Thank you.